and I'm standing on business. Sports is a business, so you gotta understand it's not personal, it's more business, and you gotta be able to produce. When you stop producing, then it's like, what are you around for? So you gotta always keep that first and understand that.
Once again, Shedeur Sanders has succeeded. The entire NFL community is in complete amazement over the young rookie quarterback, and it has nothing to do with his on-field performance this time. In addition to his NFL contract, Shedeur just inked an incredible $50 million deal, demonstrating that he is not only a rising football star, but also a revolutionary businessman. His status has immediately increased as a result of this move, positioning him as one of the most influential young people in the sports industry. This is where things start to get interesting, though. Everyone in the NFL, particularly the owners, will not approve of this transaction. A large many of them never wished for Shedeur to achieve success off the field. They favored controlling rookies by concentrating just on their contracts and the game, rather than growing into enormous business endeavors that may tip the scales. Shedeur, however, has defied expectations by demonstrating that he's more than simply another player who plays the conventional route. Rather, he's changing the rules and establishing a model that can encourage other young sportsmen to take charge of their reputation, finances, and legacy.
Legendary. People hate that I put that on every caption I post, but it is what it is. You're gonna understand legendary, you're gonna tell my name every time you see the word legendary, a kid gonna think Shedeur.
Shedeur Sanders has previously accomplished this feat with a historic agreement, but this time he's gone above and beyond. Do you recall the moment he stunned the sports world by becoming the first collegiate athlete to sign a significant contract with a multinational behemoth like Nike? It was a historic occasion. It was the breakthrough that made him famous as a brand in addition to an athlete. As we move forward to the present, the stakes have increased dramatically. Shedeur has doubled that success rather than merely replicating it. The amount of money involved in this new deal is enormous, surpassing all previous expectations and establishing a new benchmark for how sportsmen, particularly young ones, can use their reputation and influence. What was previously regarded as a daring move during his time in college has since changed the rules of the game and become a power move. Shedeur is not the only beneficiary of this most recent agreement. It makes a strong impression on the NFL and the sports sector at large. It demonstrates that he is no longer merely capitalizing on his prior achievements. He is transforming the way the game is played off the field, leaving a legacy and establishing an empire. How will the sponsors, the owners, and the rest of the league react to this significant change? That is the question at hand. Because Shedeur Sanders isn't going to slow down anytime soon, that much is sure.
What's up? Tell him, man, tell him.
Shedeur Sanders was spotted sporting Nike apparel in his second preseason outing. However, don't be fooled by the casual approach. This dude is a businessman. Shedeur created a stir by securing a record-breaking contract that had the entire sports world talking long before he even took an NFL snap. The $125 million deal was unprecedented at the time for a player who had never played professionally. But things quickly got out of hand. Nike immediately doubled the value of Shedeur's contract when he took the field for his first preseason game, activating a special active player provision. His income suddenly skyrocketed to an astounding $250 million over the following 4 years. Furthermore, the agreement goes beyond pay. Additionally, Shedeur obtained an unprecedented 50% cut from all of his jersey sales, providing him with a revenue stream that puts him in a class by himself. Shedeur is now not just the highest paid rookie in NFL history, but he is also among the most significant. Even more startling is the fact that, despite not being chosen in the first round as many had anticipated, he is already surpassing well-known prospects like Travis Hunter and Cam Ward. Shedeur has demonstrated, in other words, that success is not determined by one selection position. Timing and business acumen are important. Shedeur Sanders has never held back when discussing his business-first philosophy, and it's obvious that his impact extends well beyond the football field. He has been steadily constructing a variety empire in addition to his record-breaking Nike contract. Shedeur has established himself as more than just an athlete by starting a clothing line, releasing a distinctive brand of barbecue sauce, collaborating with EA Sports, and landing a huge deal with Brady. He is a powerful brand. According to estimates, the Brady partnership alone brings in about $75 million a year, solidifying his place as one of the most marketable young athletes. However, Shedeur's grounded philosophy is what most distinguishes him. Reach your maximum potential on the field, then use that success to dominate the commercial world. What, therefore, is actually driving Shedeur Sanders' enormous success? One groundbreaking idea holds the solution: prime equity. The thing that distinguishes Shedeur from the others is this unique clause which was created by none other than Deion Sanders. A rare practice in the sports industry, prime equity guarantees that athletes maintain complete ownership over their image rights. Typically, the team assumes ownership of those rights when a player signs a contract. This means that the athlete must receive approval for each endorsement, sponsorship, and public appearance, and that they must share the earnings. However, Deion wasn't going to allow Shedeur to make that mistake. Shedeur can now make his own decisions now that prime equity is in place. This provision has allowed him to forge strong alliances, land
multi-million-dollar endorsement deals, and grow his brand. It also enables him to maintain his focus on football as his commercial empire grows in the background. In summary, prime equity has totally changed the course of events, providing Shedeur with the means to succeed as a businessman and a quarterback. It's not merely a clause in the contract. It serves as a blueprint for altering the rules. Despite being nearly unreal, the stats are really accurate. Shedeur Sanders' image rights are bringing in a sizable sum. In addition, he established records by being the first rookie to sell $15 million worth of jerseys before ever participating in an NFL game. This kind of success is unprecedented for a fifth-round choice, and it is radically changing the expectations for league rookies. Even though his route is still being questioned, Shedeur is disproving all of his detractors. In addition to displaying his talent on the field, he is building one of the most successful personal brands the NFL has ever seen. There is more to these early goods sales milestones than just numbers. They make a declaration. Additionally, Shedeur Sanders has partnered with AT&T as an ambassador. Additionally, he made his viewpoint very clear in a recent interview. Sports are a business, not just a game, and he's embracing that truth wholeheartedly. For Shedeur, winning and scoring touchdowns aren't the only indicators of success. It's also involving pursuing initiatives that have a long-term impact, generating results, and opening doors. He has established himself as the perfect fusion of an entrepreneur and an athlete. Instead of relying on a single salary, Shedeur has established other sources of income and expanded his influence throughout numerous sectors. This multifaceted approach demonstrates his long-term outlook and commitment to growth outside of the field. Shedeur has demonstrated his versatility as a quarterback. He truly is a marketing whiz. Cleveland's front staff is already feeling the effects of his off-field success. And you can also bet that the owner is keeping a careful eye on everything. They know that he is more than just a footballer. He's the kind of celebrity who has the power to change an entire series. Shedeur will contribute more than simply talent and leadership, if allowed to assume complete command of the field. He will bring a horde of followers, constant media attention, and a vitality that could significantly raise the team's profile. In addition to displaying his talent as a quarterback, he is also establishing himself as an astute businessman with unparalleled vision. Shedeur has set an example that other athletes will probably follow. From unprecedented endorsement deals to managing his image rights, he has unique leverage in the NBA. His ability to balance his athletic prowess and business success has set him apart. Shedeur is building a legacy beyond football, whether it's in the boardroom or on the field. He is not merely playing the game, but rather he is changing the game for future generations.
How do you feel about Shedeur Sanders' ascent to prominence as an athlete and businesswoman? Do you think other young players will be inspired to pursue similar goals by his commercial endeavors? Will the Browns feel pressured to give him more playing time as a result of his off-field success? Above all, do you think Shedeur will represent the NFL both on and off the field in the future? Share your opinions in the space provided for comments.